Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back KS family. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin currently down 0.63% to 39,514. Ethereum down 0.99% to 29,38. I've left helpful links in the description of this video. If you're going through a life pullback, please know that our community's love and healing thoughts are with you. You're not alone. There's always hope, and the sun will come out again. In the last video, I discussed the eagle market or the BORSOG market. The BORSOG market is all about buying on red, selling on green. Buying on red, sell on green is rule 621, and here's BORSOG. BORSOG, the price eagle. BORSOG gets really excited and screeches every time that he or she buys on red and sells on green. This is the way to go. The fantastic thing to note is that when you know about how to enter the BORSOG market by buying on red, that is, you embrace losses, because as your price is going down, you're actually grabbing it, and that means you're holding a losing position. There's a lot of people that can't do that because they're caught in the hype cycle, and they don't understand that underneath, hidden within the bull market and hidden within the bear market, the BORSOG market is always running, and it allows you to be profitable. In the last video, I went through the BORSOGing concept and explaining how it works practically with an example. Turning to Bitcoin, what mischief has Bitcoin been up to? It's currently trading at 39,600 roughly. It's trying to go higher. What we can see here, there is a very, very good support. That support has been held, and we have a lower support at 39,084. We've seen a big sell-off in the markets, and over the weekend, a consolidation. I've just put the weekend indicator on. You see Saturday coming into Sunday in the US market. And we saw the major US indices all selling off pretty wildly in the last trading session. This saw a liquidation in longs, but the longs are regaining confidence. The shorts are also increasing. If you listen to the mainstream media right now, you would think the financial markets are going to implode. Go atomic. This is why we run the numbers. The number of new housing starts is actually positive, and there's a lot of economic data that is also good. If we look back in history at rate hikes during this particular part of the business cycle, we can experience some turbulence. That's why I released the Eagle Market video. It's very important to understand profit can be made in all markets. You have to believe it is possible first, and that video goes through the psychology of getting your thinking right as well. On the weekends, there's very low volume in the crypto market. That means the price action is not really representative. We can see that 72.68 million in liquidations has occurred across 30,748 positions. In the past 24 hours, around 65% of liquidations were long liquidations. Let's look at the past 12 hours, just a bit more, around 67. What about the past 4 hours? Well, we're getting a lot of longs getting liquidated in the past 4, and even more in the past hour. What are we seeing here? Well, it's very interesting. Even though the longs are getting liquidated, we're getting a bit of an uptick in price. And you can see this here, this uptick in price just on the 4 hour. This is a 4 hour. Masterclass students, you'll get my live chart in TG34. We need to do a bit of detective work to see what the health is inside the crypto market. What we can see is Bitcoin was coming down as fear was entering the market. When we get very, very high levels of fear, that's the ideal time to BORSOG in. The higher the fear, the better. The redder, the better as well. What we can see, that fear is also increasing slightly, but there's a lot of consolidation through this particular area, if you like, in terms of fear. When things get too fearful, we tend to strike bottoms. And this is looking not too bad because we've got a lot of support through Bitcoin's price below the current price. And when we look at aggregated open interest, we can see things starting to turn around. The trend is starting to break in the positive direction. And this is reflected through Binance's Bitcoin futures open interest. There's a very strong correlation between Bitcoin's price, that's the yellow Goldie line, Goldie line, and the green open interest. And you can see when open interest comes up, the price comes up. When open interest falls, the price comes down. So what are we actually looking at? The futures open interest at the moment is going up. It's not breaking trend. In fact, it's crossed over a resistance. It's done a bit of a pullback, which is normal because we know price moves in waves. We always know price is going up and down, but this is looking very encouraging. Just remember, price moves in waves, rule 4. It's a very, very powerful thing to remember. Anytime you do your trading and investing, if you're an investor and you're not sure how to trade, you'll be leaving money on the table. You don't want to do that. You want to do the best you possibly can. Turning to the top cryptos, we can see Bitcoin is under resistance, but we've seen this before. Bitcoin gets really spiky. It got spiky here. It spiked up, then spiked down, then spiked right back up again. We've seen the same sort of behavior. Could we go lower? Absolutely, we could go lower. If we go lower, is it the end of the world? No, it's BORSOG time. We always want to actually check a particular beloved alt against Bitcoin's gravity. That's what that blue line is here. What do we see when we look at Ethereum? Ethereum is following Bitcoin's gravity. This is really important to understand. Sometimes particular alts can escape Bitcoin's gravity. They can rally up, but gravity is gravity. It will pull it down at some stage. That's why we need to be aware of it. But also, if something really dramatically sells off and it is a good project, the gravity will also pull it back up. That's also another way to use gravity. When we look at Ethereum, what we can see is this just following Bitcoin's fingerprint. How does Binance Coin look? It looks much stronger, realistically. This is quite a good uptrend. Now, Binance is one of the world's largest crypto exchanges. This is what we want to see. There's been news on XRP that the SEC Ripple court case could be delayed in terms of resolution till next year. That's causing a bit of downward pressure. It's really interesting how we can see how things move in the charts before we look at the news, and that's a really good thing to be aware of. That's why crypto technical analysts actually track price, because it is reality. We can see ADA, Cardano flattening out in terms of price volatility. We can also see Solana just gathering a bit of strength at the current consolidation level. We're a little bit unsure what Luna's doing at the moment. It seems to be consolidating, but it could have more downside potential. Just keep that one in mind. AVAX is coming very, very close to hitting its support line. That's always a good thing. When you look at these support lines, they typically accompany bounces. We love bounces because that's borsogging. The borsog market is hidden underneath the bear market and the bull market, and it's always profitable if you know how to do it. We can see Gala coming into a support level back over here, and this could be a very nice improvement when Bitcoin bounces. And why do I say when? Isn't it an if? Not really. We can see all price moves in a wave. This is just normal stuff. A lot of people say, but it's going to zero, everything's going to collapse. If you listen to the news, absolutely you would think that. But the news is not there for you. It's there for other interests. Primarily the news, of course. And when we look at RSR, it's coming into a support level, looking quite good. Icon is holding up really well. This is powerful. It's not managed to come back to a secondary support level. It's actually holding quite well. And it looks stronger than VRA at the moment, which was looking good, but this is the nature of things. And what you will find, we always get these long tails down. That's why we have a rule. You can always buy lower, and having a portion of your money in a 10-5-10 fund is a really, really good idea. What is a 10-5-10 fund, you say? Ken, what are you talking about? 10-5-10, if you buy something at 10 and it goes down to 5, you just lost 50%. That's every second week in crypto. But if it goes from 5 back to 10, which is also pretty much every second week in crypto, it just went up 100%. And you definitely want to get some of that because it really, really helps your profitability. Looking at Rune, what do we see with Rune? It's a bit undecided if Rune is consolidating. It's getting really spiky, but we love spiky anyway. What about IOTA? It's got a long degree, a fair degree of consolidation below it at the moment. And when we look at DOT, we notice that all of these are following Bitcoin's gravity. That's why we must look at Bitcoin and try to understand what's happening there. DOT is just consolidating, but in an upwards direction. It has a lot of support below it as well. This is a pretty good place to BORSOG. Of course, do your own research. I never give out any tips or anything like that. I just say from the chart, this doesn't look too bad. Let's look at the next group. We can see SAN coming down to a very well-tested support, and we tend to get bounces from this level. It will realistically depend on what happens when the main markets open. And we can tell across the weekend, we've got fairly light volume, so things can turn around on the drop of a dime basically. But from a technical stance, this is a fairly realistically key level. We don't want it to go too far down from here. But as always, we know that Bitcoin's price action, Bitcoin's gravity, impacts sand, and that's what's key. Now, what could be happening in sand? Well, the money may be transferring out of sand into ape because we've seen ape go absolutely parabolic, and there's been a lot of good trades on ape. Thank you everyone for sharing your trades with me. I would love to show them in the community channel, but in order to do that, please send me your trading history that relates to that particular crypto as well, so I can show everybody. We have absolutely founded on integrity. If we put something forward, we must be able to prove it. Looking at Axie Infinity, we can see a similar path to sand, just consolidating around that line. Decentraland, you can see that it's actually not held the same line as either sand or Axie. If it did, it could be up here around the 226 level. It's showing some weakness, and that's not surprising really because of a variety of different things that have hit mana recently. But always be aware, this is a very, very hot sector. When things start to turn around, they're going to really turn around. But don't have FUD, don't have FOMO. Just have an understanding of how Bitcoin moves this particular market. Let's have a look at NEAR. NEAR is consolidating. If it comes down and finds a level of support, for example, at 13,249, would be on the cards. It could even come down to 11,732. We may find that if it gets above 17,616, the next level of resistance is around the $20 mark. Just keep those key levels in your mind. Let's have a look at Engine Coin. Engine Coin is overcoming resistance. This is very, very nice pattern. It's a nice pattern. And we can see that there's a lot of consolidation through here. And it's been coming down for quite a while. When price moves too much in a wave down, we often get sharp waves up. They're perfect for borsogging. I wonder if borsogging could be an Olympic event. Naughty Ken, what am I up to? Let's have a look at Ape. Ape has been doing really, really well. When you see this big spike up, you can see it took out this resistance. Very good. Came back, as price is always moving in a wave, came back to consolidate through this level and has sought to get above this peak. Is having quite a bit of problems, but it could come down, for example, to 15,7651 or even lower to this more realistic level, 14,2493. Always do your own research on these things and understand when the market's focus is on a crypto, it can run for a while, but if they run too fast, too hard, too far like this, they inevitably come down. So just be aware of that. I'm just pointing to SLP now so you understand. This is what we see time and time again in the market. We want to guard ourselves against buying and holding if price turns against us. Just be aware of that. You have to BORSOG with care. You need to know what you're doing. Let's have a look at Chiliz. Chiliz, I would like to get the community's opinion on Chiliz actually. When you compare Chiliz to the rest of the cryptos on this page, these particular 8, and this is all about enhancing your pattern recognition and making you an absolute professional investor and trader. And you know all investors become traders anytime they buy or sell. What do you see here in Chiliz pattern? Do you see where is price coming down to? How much support does it have? Has it a lot of support? Does it have a little support? This is something really, really good to discuss. As a community, we're always discussing things in the comments section on YouTube. It's a way to consolidate your understanding. And this channel is all about understanding. It's not simply just giving you information. It's basically saying, if you look for these things, you're going to do really, really well. So please let me know what you think about Chiliz. Let's have a look at SLP. SLP is coming back to a particular support line. It's got support below it as well. But what we actually notice with SLP has been pretty spiky. Mana Decentraland has been hit recently. Binance has recovered some funds from that particular attack, and we could expect some positive momentum out of this. Remember, you can always buy lower and plan for your volatility. Yesterday, we had a bit of a community challenge. The gauntlet was thrown. Which of these 24 looks the most interesting? I'll tell you the 2 top picks. And of course, I want to thank everybody for participating. It's really fantastic to discuss these things. It gives people an edge in the market, and we're all about kindness. That's what we seek to do, to help people to be more of a financial blessing to themselves and those they love. What was the first winner was AVAX, and not surprisingly, AVAX is very, very strong, and it's coming down to a level of support which makes it look fantastic. Well done, everyone. And the other equal winner was Icon. Now, why is Icon something that should be looked at? When we see Bitcoin's gravity selling down, notice this particular spike down here. We had a spike down in Bitcoin's gravity. Notice this particular spike. It should have a price. Icon should have a price around 70 cents. It doesn't have that right now, or around 71. It's nearly 80 cents. It's holding up really, really well above another level of support. It's in fact just reinforced that level of support. So this is actually quite a good pick. Well done in the community. And there were a lot of other people that picked a variety of other cryptos. You're not wrong with your picks. It's all probabilities, and it comes down to a variety of different issues. And with that all in mind, which particular crypto, if you could only pick one crypto from these 8, Sand, Axie, Mana, Nia, Engine, Ape, Chiliz, SLP, which would you pick and why? I'd like to share a quote from Al. Together we're changing the world, one eagle at a time. And that's literally about the BORSOG market. All our eagles, all the people in our community are eagles. Eagles don't flock. And what that actually means, we're not part of the herd. We run the numbers, we know the probabilities, we understand percentages, such as the 10-5-10 rule and the 10% per week rule. These are really, really important. We loss embrace, and retail does the exact opposite. They get very scared when there's a loss. We don't. We embrace the losses. We are fearless, but we also know what we're doing. We have a lot of rules which govern our safety. We have a lot of knowledge as well. We know how the market works scientifically. We look across the market like detectives. We have patience and we have three-way strategic analysis. If the price goes for us, that's great. If the price goes against us, we have an operation that we will perform. If price goes static, just doesn't go anywhere, we're cool with that as well. Returning to Bitcoin, we can see Bitcoin currently trading at 39,606. What do you think? Will Bitcoin stay in this A zone? Will it get up into the C zone? Will it get past the D zone in the next couple of days? Or do you think it could go B or E? Please let me know. Maybe we'll just take the next 24 hours. Where do you think Bitcoin is headed? If you're a little bit shy, you could just put the letter down. We'd love to hear from you. And it's also a really good exercise. It's not about being right or being wrong. We know that all price moves in a wave. It's always going up and down all the time. It's about trying to refine your skills. And everybody within the community, they're just family members. Everybody is here to support each other in their learning. I would like to thank the very kind and generous community members who reached out and bought me a coffee on buymeacoffee.com/CryptoTradingKS. Thanks so much, everyone. I'd like to thank CC. Try oatmeal with these. Oatly Barista Edition is my favorite. Wow, thank you, CC. And Brett. Ken, thank you for all your sharing, support, and being so very kind. You're changing lives for the better one by one. Thank you, Brett. That's just beautiful. And thank you, Maz, for your words. And thank you, someone. This is the public view, but of course I read the comments in the private view, but I don't share them publicly. I believe in keeping people's privacy. Thank you, someone. You wrote a really, really beautiful, and thank you, Maz, as well. Gabriel from Scotland, congratulations on 500 episodes. Thank you, my friend. And thank you, Crypto Turtle. Congratulations on the 500th episode. You've built an amazing global CTKS family and many little BORSOG traders who will build the real wealth for themselves in years to come. That's so beautiful. Someone used to say that you're the father of crypto philosophy. I agree with that person. Your original quotes are really nice, and all your rules inside and outside the masterclass are the best anyone can learn. Best wishes for your health and much love to the KS family. Thank you, Crypto Turtle. That's very nice. Josh, hi Ken, wanted to wish you good health and to give thanks for sharing your knowledge. Thanks so much, everyone. It's very, very beautiful. And to all those supporters, I do a new video every month just to say thank you for your kindness and your generosity. It's just my way of saying thanks. The beautiful thing with the crypto market, because it's so volatile, it makes us face ourselves, and with a real wealth focus, we can actually overcome self-sabotage and self-doubt, and those things are subconscious. They're not readily understandable by us. Every human being has self-sabotage and self-doubt to some degree. It takes an enormous amount of awareness to get over them, but it all starts with a concept. Life is always waiting for you to be ready for abundance, and it is. And we know that life resets daily. This is really beautiful. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday or the day before. That doesn't define you as a human being. Only you can define you. And when you focus on positive excellence, when you focus on outer peace, stepping away from conflict, inner peace, getting along with yourself, gratitude, being appreciative for what you have, happiness, which is just being happy, it's a good thing, decency and integrity, doing the right thing and caring about others when no one is watching, kindness, showing your love for other people, and your strength and boundaries, your courage and honor, forgiveness, all of these things, and especially persistence and commitment, these are the building blocks that actually stabilize the amount that you can earn in this world. A lot of people don't understand that. They chase the dollars, never understanding that they only need to build themselves and the dollars will come. I hope you found the content useful. Please consider sharing and liking this video and also subscribing to the channel. We would love to have you as part of our globally extended family. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers, and to the CTKS ambassadors for mentoring masterclass students. And of course, a very big thank you to you for watching and for being part of our global family. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market 7 days a week, 365 days a year, please subscribe to YouTube. I've left helpful links in the description of this video, such as the tax software I use. This is really good to understand the composition of your trades and also to make sure that you track your fees, which is really important. I use TradingView for charting. We have some community NFTs, and you can find out more about the masterclass as well. For the masterclass, please seek out an ambassador to get 80% off. Just refer to the details in the description of this video. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.